Good morning, students. So we have studied in the unit B of your biology, and we had studied about photosynthesis in that chapter. And so we will be beginning with unit C, that is transportation, and in plants. And transportation in plants, in that first of all we shall discuss about water. Why water is essential and how it is transported in the plants, what is the mechanism of its transportation, and what are the various processes that are involved in the process. So in this chapter we shall discuss about transportation of water in plants and the process of osmosis and diffusion. So students, let us all start with the chapter. Okay students, so we shall discuss with the chapter unit C, that is transportation in plants. So why is water important, and what is the need of water, why is water required by the plants? So this we shall discuss. So water is important for the plants. All the plants and the animals, they require water for their living, for their very survival. The chemical formula of water is H2O. That is 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. They are joined together by a covalent bond. So water is in the liquid state and it's vital for all the plants and animals. So this is how water is required by the plant body for its survival, for its living. And how water is transported from one part, from the roots to the different parts of the plant, that is explained in this lesson. Now students, we shall understand the process of diffusion. Now what happens in the process of diffusion while talking about transportation in plants? Now diffusion is the movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. And this is the diagrammatic sketch of the process of diffusion. Now here the molecules are present and they are in the region of higher concentration. And we can see that the flow of the movement of the molecules is in all directions. That is, in those directions where there are lower concentrations of the solute. So this is the movement of molecules from region of higher concentration. This is higher concentration and they are moving towards the lower concentration areas. So this is the process of diffusion. Now we shall understand the process of diffusion with the help of few examples. Now first is spraying of the perfumes. Now you see students, while we are spraying perfume, after few seconds we can get nice fragrance in the whole room wherever the perfume is sprayed. Now, so that is the process of diffusion. Now second is sugar solution in water. Now suppose we take sugar and mix it in water. After few seconds the sugar dissolves in water. So that is the process of diffusion. Third example is a drop of color in water. Suppose we are putting a drop, say red color in water. After few seconds we will see that the whole water becomes red. What happens? The molecules travels from higher concentrations to lower concentration and it colors the whole water. Fourth example is capsule in body. Now when we take medicines in the form of capsules, after we ingest it in our body, what happens? It diffuses within the cells of the body. Okay, so these are few examples of diffusion, and let me repeat it. Diffusion is the process of movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. And this is the diagrammatic sketch how the molecules, they move in or in different directions where there are low concentrations of the solute. So I hope the process of diffusion is clear to you all. Students, we shall understand the process of diffusion. Now what is the process of diffusion? It is the movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentrations. So it is the movement of the molecules from region of high concentration to lower concentrations. Now this is a diagrammatic sketch of the process of diffusion. Now we can see the molecules, they are collected in a particular place. So this is the higher concentration region and they are moving in all the directions. That is, they are moving towards the region of lower concentrations. So this is the process of diffusion. Now this diffusion process, this takes place in plants while there's movement of water from the roots to the other parts of the plants. Now we shall understand this diffusion process with a few examples. Now first is spray of perfumes. Now students, if we spray little perfume in a particular place in a room, after a few seconds if we enter the room, we'll see that the fragrance, it spreads throughout the room. So that is the process of diffusion. That the molecules, they travel throughout the region of lower concentrations. Now the second example is sugar solution in water. Now what happens when we mix sugar in water? The sugar dissolves after some time. So what happens? This is the process of diffusion. The molecules, they mix up from region of higher concentration to lower concentration, and they dissolve in water. The third example is a drop of color in water. So when you drop a drop of color, say red or blue, within few seconds you will see that the whole water changes into red color. So this is an example of diffusion process. The fourth is capsule in body. Now suppose we are ingesting medicine in the form of capsules. What happens after some time? It gets diffused within the cells. So this is the process of diffusion. That is, it is the movement of the molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentrations. So I hope you understand this process. Next we shall discuss about osmosis. Students, now we shall understand the process of osmosis. Now what is osmosis? It is the process of movement of molecules from region of lower solute concentration to higher solute concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Now let us understand what is a semi-permeable membrane. Now semi-permeable membrane is a partially permeable membrane. We also call it partially permeable. That is, it allows only few things to enter into the cell and few things to exit from the cell. So osmosis is a process of movement of molecules, ions, from region of lower solute concentration, okay, to higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to maintain the equilibrium or to equalize the concentration of outer and inner membranes. Okay, so this is the process, and this is the schematic diagram of it. So we can see that this is higher concentration of molecules over here. Now the molecule, and here it is a lower concentration. So it is the movement, the molecules will move from lower solute concentration to higher solute concentration, from lower to higher solute concentration to equalize. Now in second diagram you can see that the outer and the inner concentration, both of them are equal. Okay, molecules at equilibrium. Equilibrium means equal in the inner and outer membranes. So this is the process of osmosis, where there is traveling or the movement of molecules from lower concentration to a higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to balance or to equalize the concentrations of outer and inner cells. Okay, now we will understand osmosis with a few examples. Now raisins soaked in water. We will see after some time that the raisins, they swell up. They absorb water. Okay. Second example is gram soaked in water. Overnight you soak gram in water and you will see that it absorbs water and it swells up. So this is what it is, absorbing water. It absorbs water and the cells, they swell up. Okay. So just to maintain the concentration of inner and outer of the cell. Okay. So this is the process of osmosis. So I hope you understand the process of osmosis. So diffusion and osmosis, both these processes we have understood it, and now we shall take on with how it is in the cell, how it happens in the plant cells. So now we are going to understand it. Now students, we shall understand that solutions are of following types. There are following types of solutions, and solutions can be of three different types. Now first is hypotonic solution. Now what is hypotonic solution? Hypo means low. A solution with low concentration than inner fluid of a cell. That is, the outer fluid of the cell is having a lower concentration than within the cell. Okay, so that is called hypotonic solution. So in that case, what happens? The cell will absorb water. If a cell is dipped in a hypotonic solution, that is, the cell concentration outside is lower than the concentration of the cell inside. Okay, then what happens? It will absorb water. The cell will absorb water and it will become turgid. It will swell up. Okay, it will absorb water and the cell swells up if the outer concentration is low. Okay, that is hypotonic solution. You understood? A solution with low concentration than inner fluid of the cell. That is, inner fluid of the cell has a higher concentration and outside it is low concentration. Then in that case, it will absorb water. That is, water will enter within the cell and the cell becomes turgid and it absorbs water. It grows up in size. Okay, so this is hypotonic solution. Now second is the hypertonic solution. Now hyper means again high. So a solution with higher concentration than fluid inside. Okay, inside the cell. Now in that case, what happens? You see, this is the cell and the concentration of the cell outside the cell, that is higher. Okay, so in that case, what happens? The cell will lose water. The cell will lose water and the cell will be plasmolysed. We call it plasmolysed as the protoplasm contracts in that case. The protoplasm shrinks. So the cell over here is shrunken in size. It releases water in hypotonic solution. Hypertonic solution means the concentration outside is higher and within the cell it's lower. Okay. So what happens in that case? The cell will lose water and it will plasmolyze. Okay, that is the protoplasm of the cell that it contracts, it shrinks in size. Okay, so this is hypotonic solution. Then the third type is isotonic solution, that we shall discuss it. Now the third type of solution, first we have studied the hypotonic, then the hypertonic, and the third type is the isotonic solution. Now isotonic solution, what is it? Let us understand. A solution with same solute concentration as inside and outside of a cell. So the concentration of the cell within the cell and outside is the same. That is called the isotonic solution. Now in that condition, a cell remains intact as it is. Intact means as it is. The same shape of the cell is maintained in an isotonic solution. When the cell is dipped in an isotonic solution, there are no changes. It neither grows in size or it neither shrinks in size. So it is as it is. You see, there is water, absorption of water, and there is release of water also. So the size of the cell is the same. It remains intact as it is. Okay. So the cell size remains the same because the concentration inside and outside of the cell is the same. Isotonic means same concentration inside the cell and outside the cell. So in this case, the condition of the cell, it remains intact as it is. The shape of the cell remains as it is. It neither grows in size or it neither shrinks. Okay. So this is about isotonic solution. So it's a solution of the same solute concentration inside the cell and outside the cell. Okay, so when the cell is dipped, the cell remains in the same condition as it is. So we have understood the three types of solutions: the hypertonic, the hypotonic solution and the isotonic solutions. So this is the process of diffusion and osmosis we have understood, and what type of absorption by the cell takes place, plant cells takes place. And now we shall discuss what are the tissues involved in transportation of water in the plants and we shall discuss it in the next lesson. So this is all about diffusion and osmosis, and I hope you have understood it. Thank you.